You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. When you lived inside of me, there was nothing I could conceive that you wouldn't do for me. Trouble seems so far away. You changed it right away, baby. You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here anymore. Just emptiness and memories of what we had before. You went away on another place to stay, another home. You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore.
Hey America, guess what? It's your favorite guy in the whole wide world. Yes, indeed. The Harlem Heretic, the Hayward Barber Show, coming at you really, really ready to do this thing. You know, today is Free Fall Friday, and we like to just keep it real light. Don't want to get too serious, but I do have a couple issues that I'm going to just touch on, you know. I always want to have fun, do some enlightenment, and share some things that I know and that I feel. You know, when I first started doing these radio shows, just to see if I could get my feet wet and get a feeling for doing this, I put a show out there called the OAE Show, an opinion about everything. That's because that's what I have. I have an opinion on everything, just about. As you all know now, and it's starting to really pick up some serious steam out there on the blogosphere and out in the social media world, this Harlem Heretic. And, everybody's asking me, Harlem Heretic, that's a hell of a name. It's real powerful. But why you? Because, if you know what the word heretic means, it means that I just run, walk, strut, bop to my own beat. I don't do it to nobody else's beat. Never have. Never followed behind the crowd. If anything, I made the crowd. I was the crowd. I started trends. I'm not even going to do this today because I know a lot of people, when they've heard me say this, they either laugh or say, you know what? It probably was you who made up some of the terms, the Audi 5000 term. I made that up. I can't claim the word chill, but chilling and chill was already, but then I started to coin the phrase chill. But anyway, we're not even going to do that, right? Because I can already see where you're getting ready to go with this. But the title today is Free Fall Friday. So typically what I do is I take questions from the audience or my followers on Spreaker, and I'm going to start actually on Blog Talk Radio as well. I'm going to do both platforms and see which one actually works the best for me. And also I made it Free Fall Friday and Walmart $17 an hour. And I know that's a mind blower because Walmart's gotten a real bad rap for, and maybe justified or not, I don't know. But I know that in North Dakota, Walmart, where the unemployment rate is in the high 2s, low 3% rate. I mean, everybody's got a job. Anybody that want a job got a job. Okay. some good news on the economic front for the entire country. Today, the employment rate dropped again. That's astounding. And then when you pick it apart, actually some other things was found to be good news as well. But just real quick on this Walmart front, look, if you know somebody that needs to make money, wants to make money, and they got a strong back and they're willing to work and they're not afraid to just travel outside of 50 miles. In some cases, some people won't leave 50 feet from their neighborhood, and I know that to be true because I've met some of these people. But if you know somebody that's ready to work, ready to make some money, North Dakota is killing them right now. Look, in Walmart's paying $17.50, $18 an hour. You hear what I'm saying? So I mean, you can right now, and if you have any level of skill or any brain power whatsoever, there are companies up there the reason why is because there are oil companies up there drilling on private land. And I don't know what you might have politics about this whole thing about fracking and drilling and all that kind of stuff. But if you need to work and you want to work and you know how to, save your money or send your money back to your family and you serious, and I know a lot of people right now are not serious about work. On Facebook there was a banner that I was pushing around for a little bit. Don't be mad at the results that you didn't get because you didn't put in the work. I know that right now that our society is battling a chronic disease called laziness. Now, I know, and I'm not here to say that everybody's lazy, because I know that that's not true. But a part of my belief is, if you dead serious about taking care of yourself and your family and you want to get it done, go to South Dakota. I say that if you got some young teenagers sitting around absolutely doing anything, put them on a bus and send them to North Dakota. And yeah, I mean, and I got to be honest with you, and I know, I have a couple of kids, and the baby mamas take care of these cats like they grown men that's taking care of them every night. I mean, in a real fine manner, if you know what I mean. 3-4 hours, bam, 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 and they giving it up. So the kids can sit up and play Nintendo all day long and don't do anything and send out the wife or the mother, and you know what I mean. But it's kind of sickening because I mean, in a sense, and I'm not picking on women on this front at all because I know that there's some single fathers doing the same behavior and they're condoning this nonsense. And I think a part of it is, well, the mother left, so now I gotta overcompensate, or the father left, I gotta overcompensate, or his life hasn't been good, so I have to overcompensate, which is absolutely nonsense because what we're developing, and it's so easy to see, we're actually developing the very thing that we despise so much. So if it is you as a woman and you have daughters and you see the kind of fellas that she's starting to deal with, it's a result of what we've put out there. And then just the opposite for the kind of females that, I got a son that's a good son. He's a good son. And some of the girls, when they get with him and they see him, they want to run him through the ringer with the nonsense. And I wonder where they got that behavior from. I don't know if it's videos or the mamas with the aunts and the uncles and all that kind of stuff. But the point is, we have to start putting down guidelines and start drawing some lines in the sand if we want to turn the tide for our society. So once again, I know I've turned this into, go up to North Dakota for work at Walmart, and there's a whole lot of other jobs up there paying $30, $35, $40, $50 an hour, and they just looking for some strong backs. You hear me? I mean, I know people that have heard this information and have gone to North Dakota. And look, there's a whole lot of, because it's so far up north, there's a lot of Africans and serious Africans and Jamaicans and a lot of hardworking Mexicans and things like, and Latinos that go up there and they getting work. You hear me, y'all? It is cold. So it's winter for the time you're up there, and in the spring, the summers are somewhat short. But if you're looking for hard cold stone work, boom. And I say send the lazy kids up there and get them some serious discipline. Not even discipline, just to teach them what it is like to take care of yourself. And otherwise, staying around. I used to remember in New York City, everybody was getting pregnant in the summertime. Everybody's having babies in the late part of the winter, because in the summertime we were all sitting around doing what the birds and the bees and all that other kind of crazy stuff. So send your kids that are sitting around doing absolutely nothing and tricking you, and this again goes for single fathers. They buy more of this malarkey from the kids. And then some of these I know some single mothers that don't tolerate nothing. No, zero. No, you don't get no grace periods, nothing. You getting out of high school and get out of high school, and it's an absolute. There's no playing around, dancing around, and shucking and jiving and everything. And they put up safety points and make sure that these kids don't come double back and come back to the house when they go off to work. None of this nonsense. They ain't having it. And the kids come out of high school. Because, a part of getting our children out of high school, and that's another part of the segment, getting our children out of high school is a part of the expectation that you put out for the child. First thing, you have to believe that they're going to have a better life if they get out of high school. True, statistically true. Now, I know that this country, for African Americans and other minorities, doesn't turn out to be the same way for white kids, but I say that if we start turning the tide and getting our kids out of high school at a larger rate, then they'll likely go into school. They become better thinkers in college. And look, I'm not a college guy. I only did 2 years, but it made me a better thinker. And I think that that's what school does. School makes you a better thinker, because I'm not one of the ones that's going to claim that you go to school and then life is going to be infinitely better. However, statistics say that that's the truth. But I know this one thing. Number one thing, school makes you a better thinker. Making you a better thinker prevents you from doing dumb things. Now, some of you parents out there, me included, I will say that I know that the more schooling that I would have gotten, the less of the dumber things would have happened to me. So I'm telling you, get your children through school. Make sure that your expectation is that they're going to get through school, and their expectation will be that they'll do it just for you. Hence, I'm here to tell you. And then all of a sudden, when the last couple of years of high school, then the doors start opening up for possibilities for college, and the different grants and Pell and all other kind of student loans and all that kind of stuff start to develop themselves. And then that's when a better life pans out, and then you don't have to worry about certain situations coming in the form of, well, I don't know what to do, so you're sitting around and having baby after baby after baby, and that's boys and girls. Boom. So if we want to really put an end to that, or if we at least want to put an end to that for our own children, right? Personally, say you don't really care about what everybody else does, but you just care about the economy of your family, which might just be you and your son, you and your daughter, or maybe 2 kids, whatever it might be. I'm telling you, put a hard emphasis on getting out of high school, right? Put that strong expectation in them early. Matter of fact, one thing about our white counterparts, see, there's no such thing of just going to high school. It's all set up for college. Whether they have the money or not, they're going to college and they're going to have to fend for themselves. But nobody ever thinks short enough to say that they're only going to go through 10th grade or even just finish high school. They're absolutely going to get an undergraduate degree. And we have to start switching that in their family. I already know there are many black families that's not even an option, and all the kids make it through. I've seen single mothers, 5 kids, all of them boys, none of them been in trouble, and they all get through college. And you got to start picking apart, how did this happen? All right, so we could we could dance around. There's so many different ways, so many kinds of thoughts and philosophies. But get your kids through high school at the very least. And actually, I made a mistake. I should have said undergraduate college, because you got to get them through if you want them to avoid some of the stigmatisms that happen to our children in alarming numbers. If you want to keep them out of gangs, keep them in school. If you want to keep them from having babies, keep them in school. Keep them occupied with different things all along the way. And I know this can be somewhat taxing. And that's why I believe you should be self-employed, working for yourself, doing your own thing. Sometimes that can't work, and it doesn't work. But get your kids through high school. Get your kids through high school at the very least, and make sure you start opening the doors for them to see their way into college, because that's going to eliminate a lot of I call them some of the inevitables, right? If you don't go through school and you're sitting around and you're doing nothing, what's going to start happening? You're going to either, if you're a boy, you're going to start making babies, or you're a girl, you're going to start having babies, and then you put yourself right into the same circle, and all of a sudden rumors about who your child is will wind up being true, and you'll be the only one fooled. So anyway, on this Free Fall Friday, we talked about the Walmart and being able to get these $17.50, $18 an hour. I mean, it's North Dakota, man. I promise you that if I was a younger, I might even do it. Oh, I don't need to do it because, well, for a couple of different reasons. And I just heard about another one of our students that is doing very well once again up in the Baltimore, D.C. area, clocking them, doing deals. So real estate investing is back. Get it done. Don't get lost in the crowd on this one. It's coming back, y'all. I'm telling you. Real estate, just like the stock market, is ebb and flow. Up, downs, up, down. Whatever happened before will happen again. So get yourself ready. Real estate is definitely coming back. However, if you need income now, North Dakota, big time jobs, oil, drilling. But you can, up there, they need people. North Dakota, Google it. I seem to be saying this more and more every day. Google it. Google that shit, and you. I'm seriously though. You will find that you will absolutely find that there are plenty of jobs if you want to work. And I said that I don't want to beat a dead horse, but a lot, like I said, a lot of people don't want to work no more. The old days of cats having 4 or 5 jobs. I grew up in selling newspapers, buying the newspapers. Here, let me just tell y'all a real quick story. This is true. We were 9, 10, 11 years old. About the same time I tell you guys about the track team. I wish I could tell you about the track team, but I got to go. It's Friday night. Not that I do the things like I used to do, but we used to sell newspapers in the projects. The buildings were 16 stories high, most of them, but then they had some 8-story high buildings, and there was 8 floors on each floor, right? Each apartment, excuse me. 8 apartments on each floor. Some of them were 16. A few of them were 8 stories high. Okay? Then we buy the newspapers, and the way we got our newspapers, we paid up front for our newspapers. The guy would not front us the newspapers. We paid up front retail, not even a wholesale price. And then the show we put on gave way to the people that bought the newspaper to give us a tip. So here we go. I used to tell the story to a good Russian friend of mine that came from Russia, and he just could not believe the story. We used to knock on the doors, Paper, put on a nice little vocal show, be extremely exciting. That's why I can be as exciting as I can be on this show. And they would pay us above and beyond. At that time, the newspaper was 75 cents, and a lot of times we would just go off of tips. And I mean, and we were 9, 10 years old. So I mean, when we made $15, $25, $35, $40 in that one day, on Sunday, this was typically for Sunday, that was good. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I mean, but the kids these days, they got all the toys and the gadgets and all that kind of stuff. And every time a parent, to them it doesn't make sense for me to throw it away or not leave it in the drawer. But sometimes I think we don't know what we're doing to our kids by giving them so much for no effort. We're absolutely assassinating the fact that they have a get up and go. But anyway, this is Haywood Barber, the Harlem Heretic, on Friday. Hey, look, this song, I love this song. You Abandoned Me. And I know a lot of you, it's Friday night, and you've been abandoned. Someone stole that love from you. I say rebound. Make something happen.
You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore.
Hey.
Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore. When you lived inside of me, there was nothing I could conceive that you wouldn't do for me. Trouble seems so far away. You changed that right away, baby. You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy.
Yes, y'all. That's a little bit of Rolls Royce coming at you. Let that resonate on your heart tonight.
I don't live here anymore. Just emptiness and memories of what we had before. You went away on another place to stay. Another home. You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy, babe. Love don't live here through the windows of my eyes, everyone can see the loneliness inside me. Why'd you have to go away? Don't you know I miss you so and need your love? You've abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore.
Thank y'all. Have a good night. Rock and roll. Please, 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 please. I'm begging you. Have a safe weekend. Haywood Barber, the Harlem Heretic, on the Haywood Barber Show. I love you. If no one's told you that today, I want you to know I love you. You can come here any day of the week, and you can be sure that I'm going to tell you I love you, because I do. I love you very much. And be safe out there. Rock and roll. And hey, the way I just gave it to you is the way I see it. Peace.